The reason I've got a broom is that I'm doing a little bit of cleaning in one of the rooms because I need to do a few things in here and I need the floor to be clean and stuff so I can do what I need to do. So I'm just going to be cleaning up a bit as I talk to you. I hope that's okay. I hope so, right guys? So yeah, so basically what I wanted to talk to you about today was the fact that a lot of my friends and family will not come to Ghana or not anytime soon unless something massive really happens and they're forced out. I believe a lot of them will not come, and it's not even a financial issue. Yes, we all want security and we all want that monthly income, but aside from that, even if they have that kind of form, I believe still people would still not come, even though a lot of my friends and family that I speak to, they do have a desire to come and say, oh yeah, I want to come to Ghana, we will come to Ghana. A lot of them simply won't, literally because of what I like to call a system. And what I mean by system is that there are things in place from when you are very young that make you feel very comfortable and very safe and secure. And so when you leave those Western countries, it's almost like you're leaving behind your security blanket, and for some people that is uncomfortable, and for some people, whether they want to admit it or not, it's just too uncomfortable for them. And so it's not something that they don't necessarily admit it to themselves, but it's not something that they necessarily want to do. So I've heard all kinds of reasons as to why people want to come. So obviously the first one is the financial aspect, people will understand that. But then also they're like, oh, what if something goes wrong in Ghana? You know, healthcare. And those are, don't get me wrong, those are legitimate concerns. But I feel like in the West, we're tied to certain things. So we're made to believe so much that without a job, you're likely to fail in life, because a job is what gives you security and it's what helps you keep going day to day, and that's how you need to make your money through a job. And actually, it's not true. I mean, it's taken me years to kind of realize it, because I was obviously in that system as well, but it's taken me years to realize that actually a job doesn't actually give you security, because I'm telling you right now, if you're at work and you hurt yourself and you know what, you need 12 months off, I guarantee you by the next day, they've replaced you. It's happened to me before. I was pregnant and I went on maternity leave, and then when I was due to come back, they told me that, oh, then my job has gone because they don't have that position available. And then when I looked into it more, I found out that actually they had replaced me with someone else and tried to call it another role, but it was the same thing. In the end, I sued them. I sued them and I won, because what they did was dishonest. They just basically didn't want me to come back, because when I was coming back, I was actually pregnant again, and they were going to have to give me further maternity leave. Although I was ready to work for a period of time, I was going to go on maternity leave again. And so basically they were kind of like unfairly making me redundant, when someone else, they'd already hired someone else to do the job before I even came back. So, you know, there are things like that. So there's no loyalty when it comes to businesses and having an employer and all. There's no loyalty, trust me. You hurt yourself and see what happens to your job that you've worked 20 years for, sweating 20 years for. There's no loyalty there, there's none. And I feel like sometimes we're led to believe that there is like, oh, my job will look after me, and you know, we have certain things in place. Like when we were coming to the UK, I remember someone said to me, hey, are you going to leave all those benefits behind? Because I was getting like child benefit and a few other benefits for different things. And someone was like, hey, you're going to leave all that money behind? I was like, yeah, why wouldn't I? I can't keep, because they're giving me a certain amount of money, which is not giving me freedom to live. The money that they're basically giving me was just something very small. So it was just like, I can't even say it was giving me anything. I was using it for something, because it was for the children. It was a child benefit. So I can't say that, oh, it's giving me a lavish lifestyle where I'll be like, I try and weigh it up. It wasn't like that at all. The money they give you is so small, just enough for you to just hold on, just enough. Even if you're like, hey, what's it called now? The doll, what do they call it? Job seekers and stuff like that, yeah. They give you just enough, just to not hang yourself, basically, just enough rope, yeah, to keep you ticking over, but not for any type of actual lifestyle or any type of living. They give you just enough. And you get so accustomed to that just enough that you're scared to leave it, because it does take guts. Just let's be real. It takes guts to say, you know what, I'm going to leave it all behind and I'm going to move abroad and I'm going to start again, regardless of the consequences that it's going to have on me and my family, whatever. It takes guts. It's not an easy thing to do. So I can understand. Sorry about the banging, guys. If you can hear the banging, there's lots of workers upstairs, and I don't know why they're banging actually, because they're laying blocks. So I'm sorry about that. I'll just wait a second till it stops. So yeah, so I believe that like a lot of my friends and family just won't come because they're so used to the system. You imagine like you have NHS, so if you get sick, we've got that as a backup. Dentist, if you notice you need to go to the dentist, a lot of the time it can be subsidised. If you need medication, again, subsidised. You know, there are a lot of subsidised things, there are a lot of things in place, there are a lot of systems in place that I'm not knocking those systems, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them systems, they work, but they're also a bit of a chain around your leg as well, because you get scared to leave those things behind because you're so used to it. So I honestly believe that a lot of people that say or they have plans or desires to come to Ghana will not do it just because those systems have been put in place and they're used to it. It's very difficult when you're used to having a job and working for a company to then step out from that and say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna free fall and see what happens. Literally, I'm just gonna free fall and hope for the best, you know. It's not easy for some people to do, and especially if you've got family. Man, it's scary, it's scary, but you know, what I've come to realize is there's no reward without some type of fear or, you know, some type of risk. That's how people make it, because they've taken a risk. And it's not always easy. Taking a risk doesn't mean, okay, I'll take a risk today and tomorrow I'll be fine. It may take time, it may take a process, it may take a lot of sacrifice, you know. And how many people are willing to make that sacrifice? Honestly, not many. Let's just be real, not many. Many people are willing to make that sacrifice, but for me personally, I believe that it's worth doing it if you can have a better lifestyle. Don't you want to live? I mean, life is so short as it is already. Life is too short to work for a company that, you know, doesn't even respect you, that you don't even like. You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my gosh, it's Monday. I remember that feeling and I hated it all the time. That feeling of waking up on Monday and then you're just looking forward to Friday, like you're just wishing your life away. Like, what is that about? And then you have your weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, you're like, okay, yes. And then Sunday, you sit down the whole day on Sunday and you think about, oh my gosh, tomorrow's work. Like, how is that life? And you live for your 4 weeks holiday, if you're even lucky to get 4 weeks, because some places don't even get 4 weeks holiday, a year, 4 weeks a year. Seriously, you work, like, that's crazy. 4 weeks to me is like crazy. Like, how can you have 4 weeks holiday out of all the sweating you've been doing? You get 4 weeks holiday. And that's not even to say like, hey, if you fall sick and they won't give you sick leave, you have to use your holiday. Because believe me, it's happened to me before. I've fallen sick. When I was pregnant, I had a period where I was very sick and I wasn't allowed the time off for that. I think I was allowed 5 days, then I had to get a doctor's note. After the doctor's note, then they said they can't do that, and so I had to use my annual leave. So it's like, what kind of rubbish is that? I can't take systems like that at all. I really can't. And so a lot of people are stuck. A lot of people are stuck with those systems and they can't move. They're just locked. They're locked inside that system because that's all that they know. That's all that they've, you know. A lot of people, especially the older generation, they say, oh, I'll come to Ghana when I retire. It's like, but seriously, how many people actually make it long after retirement? You know, some people, they die just before they retire, or they retire, then a year later they're dead. Do you see what I mean? Like, is that what you want to wait for? You just want to wait for that system to catch you. When we first came to Ghana, I remember seeing like people thinking, why is everything so slow? Why are they moving so slow? But do you know what? It was me that was actually in the wrong. Like, no, let me just rephrase before you guys misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about slow as in, I don't want to do anything. This is my job, I don't want to do anything. I'm not talking about that kind of slow. I'm talking about like, they won't try and do like 10 things within a day. They'll take it easy. So maybe they'll only do 3 things within a day because, you know, the sun is out, it's hot, you can't move as fast, you know, there are things that come into play. It's like, it's kind of, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. So you have to kind of get used to certain things. Being in Africa or Ghana, any of the African countries, man, there's a change that has to happen, honestly, and it's not an easy one. It's not one that a lot of people can handle. So a lot of my friends and family, they have dreams of coming here because when they come to Ghana on holiday, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so sweet. Ghana's so sweet. Oh, I love Ghana. I can't wait to move here. I can't wait to move here. The minute they go on that airplane and they get back to where they're from, right? That's it. Most of the time you don't hear from them again because they're back inside their rat race and they forget. It's easy to forget what was here and how it made you feel when you're over there. I know because I've been through it myself. I've come here on holiday and then I've gone back. I'll get on the plane and I'm so sad. I'm like, oh, I want to move to Ghana. And then I get there and I get back into the swing of things and then I forget all about Ghana again. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things, and that's the reason I believe a lot of people can't leave. They're just chained. They're chained to so many systems that have been put in place to make them chained. And a lot of people don't even realize they're chained, you know? I mean, how can you wait for retirement to enjoy life? Does it even make sense to you? How can you wait for retirement to enjoy life? Who says you have to retire at 60? Like, seriously, who put that law in place to say 60 is when you retire and that's when you can enjoy life? No. Do you think the rich people think, oh, at 60 I'm going to retire? They don't. A lot of them are doing stuff that they love, they have a passion, and they've been able to break out of that whole mold of this is how we're supposed to do things. And this is another reason why I always complain about the school system as well, because the school, as I said, it is a system, it's a school system. And so they put you through the system so that in the hopes that when you come out of the other end, you'll be programmed to be a certain way and live a certain kind of lifestyle. You know, who says that you have to get a job and go to an office every day? Why don't you can easily find jobs that you can work from home, you can work from abroad, you can do all of that, you can become self-employed. You know, you don't have to be self-employed. What happened to working from home or working from anywhere? You can get those kind of jobs. But we're not really taught about those things, jobs that can take you around the world and things like that. We're only really taught about the jobs where you have to go and sit down inside an office. You know, what's wrong with having plans to retire at 40 and being in your 20s and planning towards retiring in your 40s? Why do you always have to think, oh, retirement is a long way away, it's when I'm 60? That's a load of cobbler, if you ask me. It's just a load of rubbish. I mean, come on, man. That's the system drawing you in and sucking you in so that you can't live a fulfilled life. I'm sorry, but I think it's time that a lot of us break out of this system business because it's holding us back. A lot of the things that, you know, we're all put on the earth to do something great and something wonderful, and sometimes the system is what locks us in and we're not able to achieve a lot of things that we're supposed to achieve. You know, it might be through your struggles that something is birthed and that's how something amazing happens in your life. But while you're stuck in your system, it's hard to see, you know. That's why I love the film Matrix so much as well, because Matrix is literally him coming out of the system. And I know this video sounds very much like conspiracy theory and oh, it sounds like that, but honestly, it is really not. I'm just speaking the truth as it is, you know. Hey, you can take it or leave it, really. You don't have to listen to me. There's nothing that says that you have to keep watching this video. Absolutely nothing. You don't have to believe it, but honestly, from what I've seen, I've lived in both worlds now for quite a long time, and that is what I can see. I can literally see the people that will literally have the desire to come here, and the people that have a dream of coming here but won't necessarily fulfill that dream, which is really sad. Man, life is short, honestly. Like, when you hear of people dying, I had a couple of friends die, husband and wife, 40 years old. I went to college with them. Both died of cancer. Both had cancer, both died. One died through the process of cancer, the other one died on the operating table trying to remove cancer. So it makes me grateful for what I have right now. It makes me grateful for health. It makes me grateful for my situation. Even though things are not exactly as I want right now, it makes me grateful. I recently had a pastor of mine also die, and he was that one, man. I can't even talk about that one, but anyway, that's another thing. That's that. Life is too short to not do what you're passionate about and want to be free. Life is just too short, man. But anyway, I didn't really want to leave the video on this tone, so hey, let's put it back. Let's put the energy back up, hey. But yeah, so it's a system, guys. So break out of the system is the video for today. Break out of the system and live your truth. Live what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy, and don't feel that you know you have to stay in the system in order to succeed and have a good life, because it's not true. It's really not true. You know, sometimes you need to free fall before you can fly, and so there you go. Just a little word for you today. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the video right there because you know what, as you can see, I've been holding a broom, but I actually haven't done anything with the broom, and I do actually need to clean up this place, and banging is still going on, so I am gonna leave it right there. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button for me and the notification bell. And don't forget to do me a favor and like this video so more people get to see it. I would appreciate it so much. And if you guys are watching and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please, here we go. Anyway, until next time, I am out. Naughty Papa.